Hello and welcome to the Massage Chronicles, Tales of Therapy and Transformation. I'm your host, Dorella Cadas. I'm a licensed massage therapist with a passion for healing, wellness, and the transformative power of touch. Each week on this podcast, we delve into the fascinating world of massage therapy. We'll hear inspiring stories from therapists around the globe, discuss cutting-edge research in a field, and explore how massage can play a role in our daily health and well-being. Whether you're a seasonal professional, a student, or just someone curious about the benefits of massage, this podcast is for you. So sit back, relax, and let's embark on this therapeutic journey together. Again, welcome to the Massage Chronicles, and here is your episode. Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast, and today we are here with Cynthia Jennifer Thomas, and we'd like to introduce her. She's the owner licensed massage therapist at Locus Groove Wellness. She's also the leadership mentor for a new wave of massage bosses, and she's a creator of Massage Boss Bootcamp, a mindful leadership course of 6 weeks long. It's actually a live course, and we'd like to introduce her. Welcome, Cynthia.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And so let's get to know you first. If you'd like to add anything out of the introduction I just made.
Sure. So, I'm a massage therapist. I've been a massage therapist for 10 years, and I have done a few things before I finally started my practice. I first worked at a few wellness centers, and then I started my own mobile massage business. And afterwards, that was all in Connecticut. I ended up moving down to Virginia in the U.S. and opened up my own practice. And I've been there now for going on 8 years. And I am a trigger point specialist, specializing with people with neck and back issues. And I'm now currently working and creating and offering this group mentorship program to help massage bosses tap into their leadership skills.
That's wonderful. We really need a lot of people like you in this industry, and what an inspiration. Thank you for that introduction. So I have a few questions for you. Actually, it's not a few questions, it's actually 12 questions. So people who hear this, get ready. So the first question, what inspired you to start helping massage business owners improve their team performance and customer service?
Okay, that is a great question. I have many friends who are massage business owners, and what I've been hearing, the feedback that they have been giving me and just sharing just along with our friends was the frustrations that they've had when growing their practice. And I think for many therapists who have their own practice or who are starting to grow their own practice, that's a whole giant in itself, right? Just learning, just maneuvering the tasks of running a business.
Absolutely.
Yes, so the other issue, aside from that no one really talked about, at least in school when I was there and also when I was teaching in school, was the whole other giant of leading therapists, managing a team. Mm-hmm. And there was a whole other, list of frustrations from them. So I put the two and two together, and that's what helped me and motivated me to create the Massage Boss Bootcamp.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. What did you see your students were pleased after your 6-week live course?
Yes, so the course focuses a lot on helping them to identify what kind of boss they are. And the thing is that when it comes to being a massage boss of managing people, you can't really manage people, right? You can't. You can manage tasks, but you can't manage people. We're just so complex. So it's actually, we lead people. And so we have to determine what kind of leader we are in the leadership spectrum. So you've got a very in the spectrum, you've got like the very laid back type of therapist or massage owner who kind of wants to be liked by everyone. They want to be liked by their team. They're kind of wanting to make sure they're pleasing everyone. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you've got the leader who is all structure, all rules, and zero relatability. So the massage boot camp helps to first identify like where you are in that spectrum of leadership, so that then that would be our starting point. We go from there.
Okay, so then my next question is to really make connection to what you just said. And by the way, I really like how you mirror that. So whatever the boss is actually projecting, that's what the employers will react of how they will behave and manage tasks in their own business. Yeah. Very, very nice put. I never heard that before. Very interesting point of view. So the next question, how do you help massage business owners, the bosses, attract the right therapist to align with their business culture? Because we are in a times where so many people out there quits so fast their jobs, and they go to the next and to the next to the next. So what do they have to do, those business owners, to really attract the right therapist?
So we have to think about therapists the way that we think about clients. There are a variety of clients out there that if you wanted to be a one-fits-all type of therapist, then you could be frustrated pretty easily with the variety of issues that you'd have to focus and help fix or help people to heal, like whatever mindset therapists have about that. When you narrow down your clientele, then your entire business can revolve around helping that particular issue. Same thing with therapists. We've got all kinds of therapists out there, all kinds of different personalities. We've got very extroverted, fun, loud, colorful people, personalities, and then we've got the quieter, and then everything in between. And so just how you wouldn't want to, you want to be able to think about what your vision is for your business, and then find the therapists that are aligned to that. Most of the therapists that quit are because they are not aligned with the place where they work.
Interesting.
That's what it comes down to.
So true. So true. I liked one of the quotes you have on Facebook page, and please everyone follow her page. It says, upgrade your leadership style, revolutionize your business, and earn like a true boss. I really love that. That's a wonderful quote. And so, well put. And the next question I have, are there any specific techniques or strategies you recommend for improving customer service or client service in massage industry?
So, yes, it's one of the things where it doesn't always have to be hardcore business. Like, it doesn't have to be a hardcore business transaction. We are in the massage therapy industry, and sometimes I feel that massage therapists work so hard to be wanting to be taken seriously. The reason why is because it took us so long to finally reach a level of respectability, right? When we think about what massage was like in the past, there was a lot of negative factors that came with that, right? We weren't taken seriously. And so trying to remove ourselves from the past of what, at least here in our history, there was just a lot of sexual background to it. And so then we came out and we're like, no, we want to be taken seriously, and we want to go on the other far out end of the spectrum, where it's like we want to wear our white coats, we want to give assessments, we want to have plans and strive so hard to be taken seriously. Well, now we're finally here. Now we're starting to get respectable. We're getting a good, respectable reputation. We're being taken a lot more seriously by our clients. Many people want to get away from regular medical treatments and go for more alternative and get the chiropractic work and massage therapy and acupuncture and all these other types of ways to get care. And so we've reached that end, but now we forget that we're also people, and we still have to invite people to come into our tables and be vulnerable enough to remove their clothes and be in a room with a stranger. So we still have that type of vulnerable aspect in our business. And that's what we want, is don't forget that your clients are still people. You're still having to have them disrobe in your business. There needs to be a level of trust. So you have to be relatable. You have to still connect with the person through genuine connection. And clients can feel, they know when they're just another number. They know that. They can feel that. But if you sit down and have a genuine conversation about how I'm feeling today, and you don't rush me to get on the table, then I'll feel connected to you. And if I feel connected to you, I'll trust you more, you see?
Yeah, well said. That's pretty deep. Thank you for touching into that, because so many massage therapists out there, they become so, how can I say this, with no feelings, next. I can't wait to finish my day. Not concentrating, actually, those people are still people. You're right on, and I appreciate you touching to that. My next question, do you offer any resources or support beyond the initial course? I know that's 6 weeks long. How do you continue to help business owners after the boot camp? So it's 2 questions in one.
Well, that's a great question. So when you join the boot camp, and we are working live together every single week for a period of 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the goals and the focus for that particular phase. You've stepped in, and like, now we're family. Now we're at a more family level. And so I'll continue to show up on weekly live calls to offer support and any questions, or help even address or brainstorm some of the issues you're continuously having. There's also a private support group for other people that have also taken the course and are walking that same path. The thing is that sometimes when people take the course, they're not fully ready for what it entails. In other words, they're not, because many times if you're struggling to lead people, then you have to get really clear about the kind of leader you want to become. And whenever you have to become something, there's growth. And sometimes when there's growth, there's a little pain. So in the course, we have to dive into some of those things that are like more soul driven, like what is holding you back from leading the way that you want to lead. And a lot of that is lack of confidence and so forth. But anyhow, so because we dive into these deeper conversations, we end up connecting in a way that you kind of really don't get rid of me unless you purposely want to just stop receiving support. But I'm going to be in your life, and I'll be just a continue mentor for the duration of however long someone wants me to be there.
Absolutely. So to make a metaphor here, or another example is like if someone ask you to come and see my gym. Well, let me show you how many machines we have in here. What a wonderful gym, and is impeccable, and it's going to help you tremendous. But you never really show up to actually work out. How you see results? None. But if you, the same thing with your course, if you people out there who you take Cynthia course, please understand that it's not just that she's giving you all the tools, but you must execute those steps and those tools. So I think it is very important to, and like you said, a mindful leadership course. I like that when you say that mindful, that means so deep, you gotta execute everything what she's saying. She has a lot of experience, so do it. And thank you for that. Can you share any success stories of massage business owners who have implemented your strategies and achieved significant results?
Yes. So I've had a few of my friends who had their own businesses in other states. There was some that would come really to the point. They showed up because they were a little embarrassed to share that they were ready to close their clinic. They were ready to close because it wasn't so much that they stopped loving massage and the massage industry, but the headache of having to deal with their therapists, and their therapists walking all over them and not abiding by certain rules. And the stress wouldn't end just at the business place. Like, she would go home And then it would tailor down with having fights with the husband, not getting along with the kids. Like, it was just a big mess. And it finally took the toll on her. And it was just weighing her down so much. She decided, maybe if I just cut this entire thing off, I will be fine just working up somewhere, and I can just get my family back. And so I dove in, and I said, wait, before you do that, let's work together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's work. And we had to start with the mindset. We have to always, that's anyone that ever wants to see a change in something, you first need to start with your mindset, because that's where it all begins. You change your mind, the direction of where you're going will always change. And so we did that with her, and there was just a lot of insecurities and fear over, what if it all worked out? You know, a lot of people have that. Like, what if I actually have success? Like, because they feel this guilt that how could success come so easily for me when it wasn't as easily for, like, my parents? And, like, stuff can really come up. Well, anyhow, she applied a lot of the things that we worked on together. She got her systems in place. She was very clear about her business vision. We tap into the vision, and she started to see there were certain therapists that were aligned with this vision and certain therapists that were not. She let go of the ones who were not. And then she created this is something that we also do, is we provide mentorship for our therapists. We offer to mentor them while they're with us, working with us in our business studio. So the reason why is because it's one of these things where in the relationship between the therapist and the business owner, it's therapist shows up, gives a massage, business over, gives them a paycheck, and the transaction is sealed, right? There's something very unfulfilling about that. And so what we're creating within our program too, and this is something that she applied, was let's start a mentorship program. Let's invite therapists that want to come to work with also the expectation that they're going to be mentored in this studio. So not only do they come and get their massage and get their paycheck, but they also get to learn about the ropes of running a practice and getting clear on what kind of leader they want to be. So that they feel more empowered that if they choose to leave, they receive value from working with this therapist or working with this business owner. And so when she implemented this mentorship program within her, like in the community of her therapists didn't want to leave. They found so much value and they started to bring in other therapists that were friends that knew that would be a good fit for her business. And so it changed the culture, and they're solid. Up until now, no one has left. And she is so incredibly happy because she learned how to create an environment that was supportive for her therapist.
Wonderful.
And the thing, what happens when your therapists are happy?
Oh, they'll stay. Absolutely, they'll stay.
They'll stay, and they give good work.
The quality.
The performance is high. So the clients would come in, they'd love the energy that they had, and they would just constantly, they wanted to stay. The vision was clear enough that the clients also want to be a part of that community. And so it's just this revolving door of consistency. And as a business, you want your business to be consistent, right? You want your clients to keep coming back, and you want your therapist to be happy. So it's almost like this euphoria of everyone wins. And
Absolutely.
So she has not closed her business. She is incredibly happy. She's grateful. And the things that she learned in the course with me, she's been applying them and teaching her therapists. So now they also get to receive the value from what she learned. And so it's one of those, like, I scratch my back or you scratch my back and I scratch your back, right. And this give and take. And so it's that makes me feel really good because she was ready to close down, give up on that dream. And all for the sake of really trying to get her family back. And it's like, look, you can have your successful business and you can have your family. You can do both. We just need to work. And so that's something that has stayed with me.
Absolutely. Can you give me highlights of your course, a few chapters, examples, name?
Yeah. So some of the highlights of the course is we're getting clear about who are you as a leader. Who are you as a leader? Because if you don't know, then that we'll figure that out. Everyone has a different leadership style, and based on your leadership style, you create the tools necessary to support you in your business. So if we've got so I won't go too much into detail, but that's one, is creating your leadership style. Another section that we do is focusing on your therapist. Who is your ideal therapist? Who are they? What are they like? And this even comes down to personality. Are they personable? Because that's huge. You don't want someone who's a robot to come in and work for your clients. You want them to have some type of a personality.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing, is a lot of the schools are, giving out a lot more therapists that are just more robotic and not in tune. And I don't know if that has something to do with our social media shift when it comes to people interaction, but people are forgetting how to be people. And so we get really clear about our therapists, and then we come up with different types of recorded training videos specifically for them that they can create for themselves, and that way those videos can continue to train and teach their therapists. So we focus a lot on the growth of the therapist and the type of mentorship they want to offer therapists. Another aspect that we work on is systems, putting systems in place, where it's what do you do when your therapist all of a sudden calls on, you have 7 clients you need to cancel? So we come up with the systems of creating some form of system where we have all the network of our therapists, the best way to be able to contact them, giving them incentives, giving them points for being able to pick up a shift. And then we we create these different incentives that after a time of them picking up shifts, then they are also rewarded. And this can be in a reward system by having another mentorship time with their team leader, because we're creating a mentoring program for the therapists. Right. So they get incentives for that. Or they can create points also if they wanted to gift a family member, a massage therapy or massage therapy session. So we think about the different problems that the therapists face with that. Other problems is training and teaching our therapists how to have really good conversations with their clients. The intakes, the outtakes, and being able to rebook with them. So we're really also focusing on building up the confidence of the therapists. And so the bosses learn how to really help the therapists gain this confidence that they're probably lacking. So there's some inner work the therapists may also need to do, and the business owner creates pockets of time in their monthly schedule to make sure that doors are closed to clients and that the therapist can come in and get some work done so that they can continue to form a close bonded community with each other.
That's interesting. What I like about this course, what you put together, is the relationship between the owner of that business and the therapist, which is really the core of having a success business. In my school, I have great teachers, which helps me to progress my school, and that is the core of how we're teaching and what we're teaching. It's not just a strategy of a marketing, it seems to me that you really hit home with this course. And the last question I have for the individual who are interested to reach out and learn about your Massage Boss Bootcamp, how they can learn about it, where to sign up.
Yep, so the fastest and easiest and most simplistic way is go Massage Boss Bootcamp straight on Facebook. So you'll just be taken straight to my page, and you can just send me a message that you're interested. I'm going to be honest, when they contact me, I have a series of questions for them. I want to make sure that they're at a place where they can already, jump in. Absolutely. And work for this program. So it's not for everyone, because again, this is mindful leadership. It's not just a list of things that you could do right now and that's it. it's mindful leadership. It's taking into account our own person, and embodying this new role as a leader, this confident leader. And so I do have a lot of questions that I ask the people who are interested in before they actually sign up. So that's the first way to reach me, is if they go on Massage Boss Bootcamp. That's my Facebook page, where they can just send me a direct message.
Yeah, I'll put a link right underneath our podcast, so that will be easier for your audience to come in, and people who wants to become business owners and people who are business owners. This course will be wonderful for you. Well, thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate your time, and what abundance of information you have, and I appreciate your experience. So anyone who wants to start something, to a course which can help you progress and boost your business, go and visit her and have that interview with her. One more question I forgot to ask you. When is the next course starts? What's the date?
My next course is going to begin on July 16th.
July 16th. Okay.
Yep, that will be my next wave, July 16th.
What day? What day of the week is that? July 16th. I think that's July 16th. That will be on Sunday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, July 16th is the Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. So, and what time is that?
So that's something. We have a daytime crew and we have an evening time crew. So there's like two different slots that people can sign up for.
Oh, wonderful. That's great.
The minimum or the maximum amount of people that I work all at one time is 5 people.
5, okay.
5 people for one AM class, 5 people for a PM class. I like to keep my group small because I really want to learn from them and find out exactly what it is that they are struggling with. And I feel that small classes is the best way to go. So
it happens that time, like myself, I'm in vacation, traveling to Israel. But I'd like to know, what would it be, because people travel so much in the summer, what would be the next course after that?
So that is still to be determined, but it would be in September. I like to start.
September.
I like to have like a 2-month before the next one comes up.
Sure.
It would be sometime in September, and usually about mid-month.
That's wonderful.
And we start on a Sunday so that they get a good start for the week. Because when we are in the course, they've got some tasks and things they need to do during the week before they come for their next class. So that's why they start on Sunday.
Okay, that's wonderful. Well, thank you, Cynthia. Very happy to have you on my podcast, and we're looking forward to hear from you and your success stories. And thank you, everyone, for listening, and have a great day.